Hello guys, welcome to my podcast. This is Bedtime Stories. I decided to take this opportunity to take a leap to do podcasting. This is my first time to create a podcast, and this is actually my first episode of my podcast. So I entitled my podcast as Bedtime Stories. So every time I go to bed, I will make a recording or journaling what happened to my day to day, and or my reflections, and or my point of views on anything under the sun. So this is like a telling you my stories before before I go to bed actually. But guys, you can use, or pwede nyo gamitin tong audio podcast na ito, audio recording na ito while you are driving. Pwede kayo makinig while you are driving, or while you are doing something, or doing your homework, or doing your anything. Make it as a background music para na-enjoy nyo yung pakikinig sa aking first or mga episodes ng ating podcast. Okay, so I'm a bit nervous right now, and since this is my first time, I was so inspired by some of the podcasters I've met and some of my friends na podcasters din. So sabi ko, oh, why not, no? So na magkaroon ng or audio recording of my day-to-day life, what really happened. So first things first, I would like to introduce myself. So for those na hindi pa ako kilala, I am Juan Paulo Pineda. That's my complete name. I graduated BS Information Technology at AMA Computer University last 2009. And my first job, I'm a former college instructor of IT somewhere in San Pedro, Laguna. And napaka-memorable sa akin ng first job ko kasi hindi ko akalain na matatanggap ako bilang college instructor agad after my graduation. Talagang nakapasok agad ako as college instructor. So I think that's the my turning point in my career, no. I have experiences also in IT industries. I became a software engineer and database administrator, and I handled some of my clients before. I used to handle their databases and do programs for them, no. One of my most memorable na system development na ginawa ko so far is in Sorsogon, wherein 1 week lang akong dapat nandun to develop the system and able to meet the client's expectations. So it's very tough and it's very hard, but it's worth the experience. Then I took my master's in information technology at Technological University of the Philippines, Manila. When I graduated last 2015. Then during my days as college instructor, I was promoted as the program chair of information technology, and able to create the curriculum for my former school. And I have experience also in teaching senior high school students in San Beda. And I love students of San Beda Alabang, and they are very, very thoughtful, very kind, and very bright students. And after that, I take a leap again to IT industry, and now, which is my current job right now as an IT manager. And currently, I'm taking my doctorate degree in information technology. So during my slow days, usually ang ginagawa ko is usually in the morning I go to the gym, work out, or go to UPLB, do running, do jogging, anything. Sometimes I do camping. Pupunta talaga ako sa Caliraya and some other places to camp. And sometimes I go to coffee shops and study and research But for now, my slow days, since I'm taking my doctorate degree, I have classes during Saturdays and Sundays. Actually, hindi naman mahirap to take the doctorate as long as you have the self-discipline and being confident to finish the subjects or the courses you enrolled. Kailangan lang talaga din ng time management kasi most of the schedule of classes is during the weekends. You have to really sacrifice for your personal time, yung leisure mo to be able to get the degree that you wanted, no? It's kind of difficult at first, but in the long run, ikaw pa rin naman magbe-benefit noon. So you just have to be more courageous and be brave enough to take the leap, no? Mahirap sa umpisa, but kakayanin naman siya along the way. I am also a certified fitness coach. I was certified last 2023, and currently I can create a workout plan and for my clients. Pero sa ngayon I stopped muna creating workout plans and focusing on my clients because I need to study further for my doctorate degree. So usually after office hours or after my work, I go to the gym 3 times a week. Or every after office, I go straight at home 3 times a week also to do research work on my studies and do paintings. Yes, I do paintings. My focus right now of my paintings are Philippine folk dances. So currently may tinatapos ako isang painting every leisure day, no? So speaking of this, scheduling your task, paano ba mag-schedule lang task ninyo or paano ba mag-juggle ng mga activities nyo in a week, no? Kasi meron kang mga kaibigan minsan na paano ba nagagawa niya na mag-juggle ng mga task? May time pa siyang mag-gym, may time pa siyang mag-painting, may time pa siyang magbasa, may time pa siyang gawin ng mga bagay na ito. Well, actually, the secret there is on the start of the morning, you have to plan what you will do on that day. Like, I would like to share my experiences, no? So, ako, every morning, pagkabangon ko kaagad ng aking higaan, una ko siyang nililigpit because it builds my habit of self-discipline, no? So yun muna una kong gagawin. I will not, of course, mag-alarm yung phone mo. You have to turn it off and kailangan mo bumangon. But I will not look first on my phone. Rather, uupo lang muna ako on the side of the bed. Kasi sabi nga nila, masama yung babangon ka agad-agad dun sa bed mo. So, upo ka lang muna, bangon ka, upo ka, then inhale, exhale, then after 5 or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, then pwede ka nang tumayo, then usually nililigpit ko na yung kama ko, or inaayos ko na yung kama ko. Hindi ako pwedeng umalis ng kwarto ko hanggat hindi ko naayos yung kama. Okay, that's my number 1 rule. Then, after kong malipit ng kama, I will take a reflection. Ano ba yung mga task ko on this day, no? So, before pa ako matulog, sinusulat ko na rin ano yung mga plano ko kinabukasan. So, for example, from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., I will work. So, 4:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., for example, is go to the gym. Then 7:30 a.m. onwards is you have to take dinner, no? So sa akin, I'm a single person. Wala pa akong asawa at anak, so magagawa ko siya ng ganong schedule, no? But I'm just sharing my point of view how you can manage your time every day, no? So ako yon. So every day, sinusulat ko, may sarili akong journal wherein nandun yung schedule lahat ng gagawin ko per day. So sinusunod ko yun strictly, no? So for example, today work, after work, I will go to the gym, then work out for how many hours, then uuwi ako, then I will take a rest, no? So sa akin, on my side, on my life, no? Meron akong tinatawag na tatlong L. Tatlong L as in tatlong letter L. First one is the labor, which means for work, you have to work. The second one is the leisure. You can do whatever you want. Pwede mong gawin yung mga hobbies mo during the leisure time. And the last L is lift. Meaning ng lift is for your fitness or you go to the gym. So yung first L, standard na yan, yung which is yung labor. Kailangan mong magtrabaho, of course. Alipin tayo ng salapi eh. So you have to schedule, ano ba yung working days mo? So for example, sa akin, from Monday to Saturday, yung work ko, from Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. while on Saturdays, 7:30 to 12 noon. So that's an example. So schedule mo yon. So yun na yung schedule na yun. Hindi mo na siya pwedeng galawin kasi work nga siya eh, 'di ba? Nangangamuhan ka, kumbaga. And then the second L is the leisure. So from Monday to Sunday, ano yung sa tingin mo na leisure time mo doon? So you have to plot it. So for example, ginawa ko, since I have leisure, I scheduled my leisure time from 4:30 ng hapon until 9 o'clock ng gabi. So after office hours, I need to go home and do leisure at home from 4:30 to 9 p.m. So, hindi lang everyday yon. So, isa-schedule ko siya from Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or Sunday, for example. Yan. So, for example, sabihin na natin 4 days. So, yung leisure time ko, nakaschedule siya ng 4 days. So, how about the lift? Yung lift ay pag-gym. So, yung gym, I schedule my gym 3 times a week lang. Pero, mahabang oras siya. Intense yung magiging workout mo. Kasi, bakit every 3 times a week lang? Because the body needs rest also. Hindi pwede yung everyday ka nag-gym, pero yung, everyday ka nag-gym, pero yung muscle mo hindi siya nag-grow. So, your muscle should rest also in between. So for example, my gym day is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, pero ang gym time ko from 4:30 to 8 p.m. But bago ako mag-gym, dapat alam ko yung workout plan ko. So for example, will do cardio, I will do chest, triceps, back. So alam mo na yung gagawin mo sa gym bago ka pumasok doon. Kasi kung magje-gym ka lang, hindi mo naman alam yung kung ano yung gagawin mo, wala rin. Sayang din yung oras mo. So, before you go to the gym or before you go or enroll to the gym, kung wala kang trainer, dapat alam mo kung ano yung gagawin mo. No? Baka kasi magsi-cellphone ka lang doon. Sayang naman yung pinunta mo sa gym. So, supposedly, sayang yung time na nagwo-workout ka, that you're losing weight. Pero ang ginagawa mo lang, nagsi-cellphone ka lang, nagsi-selfie ka lang. So, sayang naman. No? So, yun. So, since na-plot ko na lahat ng schedules ko, meron akong ample time, 1 hour, before I go to sleep. My sleeping time is 10 p.m. ng gabi. So, from 9 to 10, I have free time. But my free time is to compose myself, clean up, wash up, or have a skincare routine from 9 to 10. Then by 10 p.m., I have to turn off the lights para makatulog na ako. Okay? I usually do not use mobile phones 2 hours or 3 hours before sleeping time kasi it affects my sleep also. Our cell phone has blue light, so nakaka-apekto siya dun sa sleep natin, no, or sa plano nating pagtulog. So, my wake up time pag 10 ako natulog is 5 a.m. So yun, that's my cycle of schedule. It is difficult pero kailangan mo siyang planuhing mabuti at kailangan paunti mo siyang maging habit. Kasi once na naging habit mo siya, may kita mo yung progress, yung result. Wow, ang dami ko palang nagagawa per day. So, kahit sobrang busy ko sa trabaho, I still have time for the gym. Speaking of gym, since bagong taon, maraming pumupunta ngayon sa gym. No? So, during the holidays, ang dami lang nakain. So, talagang gusto nilang magpapayat uli, magpa-sexy uli. No? But to tell you honestly, going to the gym is kailangan meron kang motivation or objective. Okay? Yung objective mo is for yourself to live longer or to be with your relatives ng mas mahabang panahon pa, no? To be healthy, no? Hindi mo ginagawa yung pag-gym kasi gusto mo lang sumexy. Gagawin mo lang yung gym para lang looking good. Hindi po ganun yun. So, you have to motivate yourself na, kaya ako nag-gym because I want to live longer. No? Kasi pag inisip mo lang na mag-gym ka to look better, saglit lang yan. Hindi ka tatagal sa pag-fitness journey mo. No? But if your mindset is to I will go to the gym kasi gusto kong makasama pa yung mga mahal ko sa buhay. Gusto ko pang mabuhay ng matagal. No? To become healthier. That's really a motivation to yourself. No? Minsan ang motivation ng iba na, naghiwalay kami ng ex ko, mag-gym ako, magpapaganda ako katawan para maglaway siya. What if nakita ka ng bagong jowa mo? No? So, hindi ka na mag-gym. So, sayang naman, di ba? So, that is for me, a short-term motivation. I hope your motivation going to the gym is, I need to live longer. I need to be healthy. This is for myself, para makaiwas ako sa gastusin ng maintenance, ng gamot, ng papadoktor. So, that is my motivation. No? I hope kayo ganun din. No? Since bagong taon din, marami rin nagsiset ng kanilang mga New Year's resolution. Ito yung mga New Year's resolution na hindi naman nila natutupad. Okay? So actually, for me, hindi ko tinatawag siyang resolution. But for me, I call it as a goal. Every start of the year, I create a goal, my goal for the coming year, or my goal for 2026, no? For example. So my goal for 2026 is to finish my doctorate degree or the basic courses in my doctorate degree, to help other people. So yun yung mga sa tingin kong attainable on my end na goals na pwede kong gawin for 2026. Kung magke-create po kayo ng goal, dapat po yung kaya nyong gawin, yung attainable ninyo. Hindi yung for 2026 magpapapayat na ako. Pero makikita mo after gym magsasanggupsal, magpa-frap, magde-dessert. So paliwala rin po yung goal ninyong magpapayat at the same time yung sinet nyong goal for the new year. Since we are on the topic of goal setting, every time I go to work or before I start to do work, nililista ko ano yung mga kailangan kong tapusin on this day. So, ano yung mga urgent, ano yung mga small tasks, at ano yung mga big tasks. So, mas inuuna ko yung mga urgent, then followed by the small task na hindi naman urgent, then followed by the big task. Bakit ko inuuna yung small task kasi sa big task? Kasi yung small task, madali lang siyang gawin. So, madali mo siyang matatapos. So, very easy. Pero yung big task, those are challenging tasks na kailangan ng full coordination sa ganito, kailangan may i-produce ka mo ng report and sort of like that. So, you have to prioritize first the urgent kasi yan yung mga pinakakailangan. Then, followed by the small task and then the big task. So I have a special pad in my office that I wrote there ano yung mga task ko for the day. Then after ko siyang magawa, chine-check ko siya. So before the end of my office hours, in-evaluate ko, ito lang yung mga nagawa ko for this day. And then nililista ko ano yung mga gagawin ko for the next day. So every time na pupunta ako office, pag-open ko ng drawer ko, ready na yung mga task na gagawin ko for that specific day. So these are like small habits na pwede nyong gawin. In the long run, magbe-benefit kayo sa kanya kasi for the longest time, this habit of mine is nagagawa ko na ng maayos. I able to comply some of the deadlines and I was able to juggle the task. Sa una, mahirap talagang mag-create ng habit. Pero kailangan lang talaga ng consistency and discipline sa pag-create ng habit, no? On how you will juggle your task. Tipong namamangha minsan mga kaibigan ko, sinasabi nila, after office, nag-gym ka pa? Kaya mo pa? Yes. Why? Because my secret there is to take sleep earlier. Once I have enough sleep, I can do all the tasks on that day. Kahit after work, mag-gym pa ako, I can because I have enough energy. Alongside with that energy is nutrition. So, your food intake should be nutritious, no? Iwasan niyo po yung mga cholesterol or oily, or too much sweet or too much salty. Everything should be in moderation. Kapag naging habit nyo na po yan, na ilimit yung food intake ninyo, papayat na rin po kayo sa inyong goal, sa inyong fitness journey. No? Basta, kailangan lang ng enough sleep. Sa una lang yan, hindi madali, no? But when you build that habit, easy na lang sa inyo yan. One of the most difficult gawin talaga pagdating sa maganyan, lalo na tayo, self-discipline. Misa kasi tamad tayong magligpit, tamad tayong gawin yung mga bagay-bagay. Pero kung papaunahin mo yung self-discipline mo to do the task or to do the habit, then ikaw magbe-benefit in the long run. So, I hope marami kayong nakuhang tips sa akin for our first episode of our podcast tonight. This is again Paolo, and this is Bedtime Stories. Thank you.